I was too excited to read Ming and Kit parts, as they are my favorite couple, and so, I don't remember 4th Beam initial parts. Sorry 4th Beam shippers. Well, Kit comes here, cause he knew that Ming will be here for the photoshoot as well, but when he comes here, he sees Ming's ex-girlfriend, which upsets him once again. As we see, it has always been Park who says double-meaning things to Wei here and there, and just 2 or 3 phone calls. It didn't look that serious in the series, as much as it did in the novel. In the novel, after 1 week to 2 weeks of the Moon and Star competition, Wei starts to get phone calls and messages every day, asking him how much does he charge for a night, or if he's available or not, and it kept happening for a long time. Every day either he blocked those numbers, or his angel gang handled them, and it was not only limited to calls and messages, people even start to ask him everywhere, either at a shopping marts, or university. It kept happening, until Wei changes his number, but even after changing his number, it again starts, and we all know who was behind it all. The scene was not like this actually. In novel, Wei sat on Fa's lap, while Fa introduced Wei as his boyfriend to everyone, and when he was introducing Wei, Pring comes back, and sees this scene, and gets jealous, which was Wei's actual intention. Here, Wei was actually sulking, when Fa was leaving for the club, and at last, Fa had to bring Wei as well. He can't leave his sulking child at home, right Dr. Fana? I think in Book 2, Fa was more like a Cupid than a doctor. In the series, it looked like 4th started to love to Beam too quickly, while in the novel 4th did start to love to Beam very quickly, but still, it wasn't as quick as it looked like in the series. In the novel, after their one night, 4th felt guilty for doing it to his friend, and so he starts to take care of Beam. After, he felt that he should take responsibility for Beam, and of course, Beam gets angry, as one night is nothing for Beam. But 4th insists on taking responsibility. Then one day, while he was scrolling through his FB page, he sees some photos of him and Beam together. After more scrolling, he sees that Beam actually supported him during his Star Moon contest, and called him handsome and cool in those pictures. Then he starts to remember his moments with Beam, and he realizes that he has started to feel for Beam, and starts to pursue him too. Here, Beam wasn't sitting on the back seat, he was actually sitting in front of 4th, while 4th was riding the bike. And here, my favorite scene got murdered. In the series, they showed that Kit and Ming were about to kiss here, when Kit's brother comes, and they got caught, while in the novel, they were actually kissing, when Kit's brother comes. Once again they ruined my favorite scene. These were some additional scenes that weren't in the novel, and so, I'm very thankful. As I said, Ming-Kit is my favorite couple. As you can see, it was Park and Pring's planning since the beginning. The next morning, when Fa goes to university, he starts to feel uneasy, and his heart was restless too, as Wei was not picking up his call as well. When he goes to canteen area, he sees that Kit and Beam were collecting some posters from the ground, and when they see Fa, they told Fa to calm down, and shows him the poster in which Wei was sleeping naked with a boy, whose face wasn't showing, but we know it's Park. So he goes to the physics department, and beats Park, and 4th comes to stop Fa from killing Park, as a teacher was also coming on their way. 4th, Kit and Beam drags Fa out of physics department, and when they saw Wei, Fa starts to walk towards Wei, when suddenly, few black cars stop in front of Wei, and a man comes out of the car, and says to Wei, "Don't worry Wei, Dad is here," after which Wei sits in a car, and the cars drive out of the university gates, and Fa just stands there dumbly. And here ends Season 2, and I'll see you in Season 3, well, I can't give you spoilers about Season 3 on YouTube, as I don't want to get a strike, but, if you guys want Season 3 spoilers, you can comment to tell me, as I can't upload it on YouTube, but I can upload it on my website. The link is in my About section. In the end, let's talk about our characters, because I want to. Wei, a billionaire's only child, he's sweet, timid, soft-hearted, and kind to everyone. He's been in love with Fa since he was in 8th grade, so his first and probably the last love has always been Fa. Wei never showed interest in anyone, whether it's a boy or a girl, of course, except Fa, and so I can't say much about Wei's sexuality. Fa. Well, Fa is not from that much of a rich family, but his family expects a lot from their only son. Fa is intelligent, smart, handsome, mature, and helps everyone. Well, I don't have to say anything about Fa's sexuality, as Fa himself said that he's not interested in boys, he's just interested in Wei-yu, and as I said, Fa used to be a womanizer and a playboy, so I guess he's just way asexual. Ming is also from a billionaire family. Ming and Wei-yu's parents are best friends, and so are Ming and Wei-yu. Their family also expected them both to date each other. Ming's personality is like Fa, except Ming is evil, with a dirty mind and evil plans. Ming is also a womanizer and a playboy. Also, he never showed and talked about being interested in other boys except for Kit, so I guess Ming is also kitsexual. Kit belongs to an average family, and we all saw how big Kit's family is. Well, Kit is sweet, intelligent, smart, handsome, friendly, and a very understanding person. Well, Kit also had many girlfriends, but he wasn't a playboy, and was loyal in his every relationship. And I guess Kit never tried to understand his sexuality, and just went with the flow, of course, until he met Ming. Beam. Well, we don't know about Beam's family, as it was never mentioned in the novel. Beam is smart, intelligent, handsome, flirty and a playboy, and a very tough guy with a strong heart, while Beam got attracted to Fourth in his first year. But he never acknowledged his feelings, and the same goes for having feelings for Kit. I guess he got attracted to Kit way back. Then again, he never acknowledged his feelings. In his mind he always considered himself to be interested in girls. I think he was always interested in boys, but he was afraid to acknowledge it, just like Fa, and become a flirty and a playboy and slept around, and of course, he eventually accepted his sexuality. And finally Fourth. We don't know about Fourth's family as well, as it wasn't mentioned in the novel. Fourth is handsome, friendly, a hunk, and badass fighting here and there, but he's also an understanding person. I guess Fourth is gay since the beginning. I have two reasons for that. First, we never heard Fourth having a girlfriend, and second, here, when Fa saw Wei-yu and Fourth together, the first question he asked was, if there is something between them, but I'm still not sure, it's just my guess. If there is any point I missed, or something you don't agree with, you can comment to me and I surely will consider it. Thank you.